Hello, learners. In today's session, we talk about the need for executive summary. So let's understand what is the need for executive summary. So I have clearly given here what is an executive summary. You can see the 3 bullet points here. So an executive summary previews the main points and in-depth report. Okay, so if you have a research report, normally we have a research report. Normally it has 5 chapters: introduction, literature review, research methodology, analysis and interpretations, findings, recommendations and conclusions. Normally, generally speaking, we have 5 chapters. That 5 chapters information has to be summarized and presented in a couple of pages. It's called executive summary. The major crux is supposed to present here. It is written for non-technical people who don't have time to read the main report, because it should be understand by everyone here. Okay, it contains enough information for a reader to get familiarized with what is discussed in the full report without having to read it. Okay, so, and also an executive summary should provide an overview of another document or presentations with a clear enough understanding that the reader may make a decision based only on the executive summary. Okay, you should take the gist by reading the executive summary, whatever given in the 5 chapters in a research report. It can stand alone if necessary in conveying key points and conclusions. That is very much helpful for decision making. So how, as a researcher, you should go about writing an executive summary? Because in companies, especially you as an MBA student, when you work for corporates, you're supposed to be familiar in the process of writing an executive summary. You have to present your research report very comprehensively in front of the executives. In that case, you should be familiar with the entire original document, what is there in the content, so that you can put the precise points over there. And also it captures the purpose and main recommendations in 1 or 2 sentences. You're supposed to take the precise information from those extensive research report, and also provide key evidences, usually a short paragraph for each major points, as quickly and directly as possible. Follow the order of the original. Close with a brief summary and reiterations of the main idea. So you have to reiterate of the main idea. That's very important in an executive summary. So let me give you a very brief 7-step creation process of an executive summary. So the first step you're supposed to do is, please make a summary. You write business report, not exceeding more than 4 pages. Make sure it is no more than maximum 10 pages of length of a main report. Just the main points of the summary will cover in the same order they appear in the main report. Like, as I said, what is the introduction? Introduction, maybe you have your problem statement, research objective. Next one, the major literature which you have cited, and the research methodology, like population, what is the sample size, all that precise information which is very much useful for the decision maker. You have to take that. Next one is list the main points the summary will cover in the same order as I was mentioning. Write a simple declarative sentence for each of the main points. This is what has the outcome of the research report. Like that, you have to be very authenticated in writing the information here. Next one, check for errors or style or spelling or grammar or anything like that. Before that, this is the 4th point, which is very, very important. Try to give some kind of supporting cited evidence or explanatory sentence as needed in your executive summary, and try to don't come out with unnecessary technical material and jargon. It should be understood by everyone who is able to read the executive summary. Read the summary slowly and critically, making sure it conveys your purpose, messages, and the key recommendations. You want the reader able to skip the summary without missing the point of your main report. The sixth point here, what I am trying to insist here is check for errors of style, spelling, grammar, and punctuations. You should be very, very precise and perfect. Ask a fellow writer to do a proofread before you submit the executive summary and edit the document properly. Ask non-technical person to read the document. If it confuses or bores them, the summary probably will have the same effect on other non-technical readers. So these are the 7 steps you're supposed to follow in an executive summary. And I have given a template of an executive summary. This is an executive summary. Title, introduction part, you have to talk about the research. I said about the problem statement and the research question and research objective, and what is the significance of the research, purpose of the research, all that. And the statement of the main topic and explanation why this topic is required, and the recommendations, what you make out of your findings, and the conclusions. So this is what these are the important component elements should be reflected in your executive summary. And it varies a little bit to the different types of reports, research reports. Clear? A title, intro paragraph, statement of main topic and explanation, statement of the main topic and explanation, and concluding paragraph. Okay. Normally in an executive summary, as being an MBA students, we prepare research reports, isn't it? So in that we normally go with the problem statement, research questions, and the scope of the study and the significance of the study. Next, the important literature review which we have cited, which able to build our conceptual work for our study, and the research gap, especially the research gap, and also we will be discussing about the main content of the research methodology, like the population, the sample size, the validation techniques, and the statistical software which we have used it, all that we're supposed to use it, and the analysis and interpretation, any kinds of specific findings we found out of this analysis and interpretation, major findings especially, and the conclusions and recommendation has to be put into the research, the executive summary. Hope with this input, I'm sure that you guys understand how to articulate an executive summary. I've given the clear structure. You can see here the clear structure, and try to Google more documents. Definitely you are in a position to write the executive summary. Okay. Thank you so much.